Hey guys, welcome back to GuyGaming, and today we're on Let's Build a Plot. Now, today I did do something a little bit special for you guys. Sorry, I just kind of showed a little bit of it by accident. But, I did actually go ahead and I did finish my tree, like I said I would. What actually happened is that I forgot the design that I did. I did do this on a different server. And, what I did is I just went on there, hopped on it. This isn't the exact tree, but, it's pretty close. So what I did is I just basically took it, I put some vines on it, I took it up, and I just made it kind of like an acacia tree. And I put some spruce leaves. There would have been another leaf right here, but I kind of hit the edge of the plot. And what I did is I took some of the dark oak stairs and the slabs, and I made it, and I kind of formed the tree a little bit. And unfortunately, the sugarcane does grow, so all the ones I set to a certain height will all be 3. But what I did is that I came over to one of the bog holes. The bog holes! And I put some wood, like the roots were coming out. Now, what also I forgot to mention to you guys is what you can do is you can also take some nether wart, and you can go around and just, like every other soul sand that you find, you can put down some nether wart. It's a nice little additive. They will grow into big things. And also what some people like to do is that they like to take mushrooms and they just place them around in there. That's why the mycelium comes in, so you can place them anywhere you want to, which is kind of nice. So we have a brown one and a red one. Might as well put another brown one in, right on the water right there. But also what I did is I went ahead, and instead of having you guys wait and watch all this boring construction labor, I went ahead and I built a very, very, very basic mine right here. This is going to be a mine, and what I'm going to be doing with it is, with the landscape, I'm going to try to make it like a little dwarven type place. So that means lots of mines, lots of little stout houses, and maybe a little castle or something. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you how to terraform something that looks like it serves its function. If this was capping a mine, it'd be okay, and it went down in. But as you know, it doesn't look the best, because I mean, if you look at the plot right now, you think, hey, this guy's a pretty good builder, he got some trees in it, and then you look at this and you go, oh man, his friend or something must have built that. And he tells you it was him, and you go, whoa, I'm going to go see someone else's plot, you know? But I think without further ado, what we should do is we should, first of all, get some stone. That's the basic building material. And I laid down cobblestone and everything, and I will be doing everything to this. But one of the first tips I always have is cut the corners. Always cut the corners off. Corners make everything look tacky, they make them look boxy, it's just not good. So whenever you cut the corners, you can take it, and I'll show you how much better this just makes it look right off the bat. See that? Now it kind of looks a little rounded, looks a little better, but still, it doesn't look good, I want to say. What I like to do with stuff like this is that I'll take a corner of it, or at least a little bit of it, and I kind of put a little bit of extra oomph on it, I guess you could say. Let's take this and just kind of build it out. I'm not going to really incorporate it into the center, but if I do, it'll be a little different. But see how it kind of looks a little better now. It kind of looks like it slopes down a little. What we could actually do for this now is take that off and put some in the front. And what that does is that it gives your structure depth. It kind of blends it in a little bit. It kind of looks like it droops off, you know. Now, for the back side also, you want this to droop in a little bit. Now, the reason why for this, for drooping in a little bit, is so it contrasts that. Because what this hill will do, it'll come out, and then I'm going to make it come in. So you take it, and you take that off, you take that off. You can put one down there, and actually, I think I might droop it in a little wee bit more. And let me see if I can just place my blocks right. Cut off all the bad looking corners and the bad stuff. The excess fat, I like to call it. We don't want no fatty builds. But after that, you see here, it looks, oh, that plot thing is going to get so annoying. It looks a lot cleaner-ish. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been just slapped together and it's a box. Actually, I'm going to take one. And that's what I like to do when I build. Like you say, I've been going back and forth looking at it and just kind of building it. I have no plans for any of this. This is just what came out of my mind right now. And as you can see, this side already looks a lot better. Now, what are we going to do about this side, you say? This side is ugly, it's boxy, and when you're flying here, you're going to think, oh man, this doesn't look too good. Like, maybe you saw the hill, and you're like, hey, and then you saw this, and it's just, ugh. What I'm going to do for this is that I'm going to take it, and I'm going to mountain it. Now, what I'm going to do for that is that I'm going to just take some blocks, and I'm going to start to build up. And the way you want to do this is that you don't want to get it so it just slopes straight up. You have to remember that even if it looks good from this side, which right now it'll look good if it keeps going up, but then you'll be left with just a straight flat wall on this side, and this is going to be the main attraction point. So you want to keep that in mind as you're building. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to slope it up, but it's going to come to a very, very sharp peak. Now, this is going to be a very boxy peak for now, because I'm not going to have any decoration or depth put into it. So, bear with me for a little bit, and you'll find out. This side, we can put something into it, or we couldn't. It doesn't really matter. We could do something interactive like that, but like I said, stuff like this, they're going to interact with it on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it kind of like that. Let's put a block right here so it kind of slopes down. Now, you have the basic build of it. It kind of looks like it's a little mountain that they took and they dug and they made it theirs, I guess you could say. Or I guess it's an actual natural, not made it theirs. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. But, I'm just terraforming it a little bit. Alright, there you go. Now, what also you can do is, remember what we did over on this hill over here? We took it, and instead of just making it stone, we put in some grass. We put in some cobble. I'm going to put some gravel into this one. Some slabs, some stairs, and some walls. And you know what? Let's take some fence and a torch. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Actually, you know what? No, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that later. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start putting things in places where it looks like they would make the most sense. So, like, that's just little cobble falls. I call them landslides. People call them cobble falls. I call them anything, really. I'm going to start putting just blocks of stuff in, so it looks like it's a lot more smoother. It kind of flattens out a little bit, and it's not as boxy as what it usually is. Right now, just putting that little bit of stuff, it looks so much better. So let's take this. I'm going to put one of those there, maybe some support there. I'm just going to put one there, maybe one up here, a couple here, and let's put a cobble there. Now, also what I want to do is, since this is going to be the main attracting point, I want to put some, not really the, like, take it and just totally remorph it, but I want to take it and I want to put a little bit of color into the entrance also. Like, let's say I'm taking it down like that, and I could take it like that. That is a very common style to use right there. It's just like a nice little rounded edge. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it not exactly lined up. That way, it breaks the symmetry of it, and you'll have it so whenever they walk in, they can see, like, oh, hey, it's on a little bit of a twist, so that way you can take the wall and move it in a little bit. But for that, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take some cobble, and I'm going to start making a peak out of it. Or whatever. I'm going to put some gravel down, just here and there. Places where it would make the most sense at. Now, it's going to take you a while to figure out what I'm actually saying by most sense, but after you've been building for a while, you'll figure out that you have your own special build type, you have your own way of forming things out, and you'll have your very own way of just the feel of how you build. Because after a while, believe me, you'll be able to tell, hey, I like this, I like doing it this way, so I know what it looks like. So if you just followed my build instructions, you actually did it block by block, yeah, it would come out looking exactly like this, but the thing about building is if you look exactly like someone else, people aren't going to really take notice to you. They're just going to say, oh, he's just a copycat, if they know who the person is, or they're just going to say, oh, that's such a common style, or that's, you know, you don't want none of that. You want to be unique, you want to be yourself. whenever you're building. Basically what it is that you take your personality and you throw it out in blocks. And also what I'd like to do, I think this was cool. I found this trick out not too long ago. I don't know what we want to make it. Let's just make it gray. And let's put some stone slabs. Now, if you don't already know what I'm doing, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding a flagpole. What I usually used to do is that I'd take it like that, and let's say I had a torch, took it, and I would throw a torch on top, which doesn't look half bad, but what I want to do for this specific build is take it, put it up like that, and let's take some wool. Actually, let's make it a little taller. Put a cap on it, take some wool, and I'm going to start making a flag. See, I'm going to make it on an angle, but the thing you need to realize is that you have this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. Not cheating as in like I'm going to use World Edit or I'm going to do anything else. What I mean by cheating is I'm going to take this, I'm going to cap it on like that. And I'm going to put another wool block right there. And the next one, this is also important, you want it adjacent to the block. You don't want it actually like touching, you don't want it to be just there. But also what you can do for this is that you can put slabs in that are the same color that'll make it look like it's just a flowing thing. So you see that and you go, oh hey, that's a cool little flag, you know. But let's not put those there. Let's actually do this. See how it looks a little bit unique, a little bit like it's different than everything else. Let's take this bit out. I do that a lot whenever I'm building. I just say, hey, let's take this bit out, let's add this here, let's put that there, and that is a very good thing to do. That's a healthy habit for building. Because, you know, if you just do one thing one way and you don't do it any other way, you know, you're always going to end up same, you're going to end up in patterns, you're going to end up doing this. And, you know, that looks a lot better than what my original design was. Also, if you really wanted to, you could take it and put a torch on top, make it a little thing, make it visible, or just do whatever. But the thing you also need to keep and realize is that since you made the flag coming this way, all the wind on your plot must go that way, directly diagonal. That way you don't have like one flag facing that way, one facing that way, one facing that way. I mean, it would make no sense. You'd have a tornado going through there. But there you go. I just terraformed it a little bit, working on the mine. This is just part 1 of what it's going to be. I will be doing the floor, I'll be doing some decoration inside, but I don't want this video to run too long, so I guess let me get to the top of the flag here, and I guess I'll sign off to you guys. So, yeah, have a nice one. Remember to subscribe and like if you are new to the channel. So, bye!